And it just makes me want to go there in the wintertime and just enjoy a nice thing of salted brains with a nice Sapporo beer. Gosh darn breaks. Guys, Cole needs to say something before we start
Mark
talking
Rambo
about
Weebs.
that.
My name is Cole. His name is Mike. His name is Jay. We like anime. And this is actually episode 208 of AniPro. And on this week's episode, we are reviewing my selection for review this time. It's Golden Kamuy.
Oh, God.
Golden Kamuy. It's not that bad. We all watched it. I definitely watched it on time. Didn't scramble to watch it at the last minute. And I feel good about it. I feel good. I feel refreshed. I feel awake. We're also revealing our candidates for our next listener's choice review, and we're just kind of chatting. We're just having a good time. So if you like having a good time, why don't you leave a like and subscribe? That would be swell.
Alternatively, if you also don't like having a good time, also please like and subscribe to us. Yeah, because frankly, we do more not good times than good times. So.
No. Here we go. Here's how it.
No. See, if you
Cole,
have a
shut
not,
up. Jay's talking.
if you have a not good time, we can fix that. So like, comment and subscribe.
I like.
If you like having a good time, like, comments, like and subscribe. If you don't like having a good time, comment about why you don't like having a good time.
What about what about going into the description and joining, or going like AniProPod.com/Discord and joining our Discord? Who should do that?
That's if you like to party.
Okay.
What if you don't like to party?
If you don't like to party, join our Patreon.
Yeah. Okay. We've broken down. I think that should cover all our bases.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
What if they want to like follow us on like social media, like Instagram or Twitter or those like?
So do that regardless.
For people that are breathing. I think that's for people that are breathing. If you're not breathing, you don't have to do that part.
Yeah, don't worry. If you're not breathing, we'll let you off the hook. It's fine. It's okay.
Yeah,
cool. You've got more pressing matters.
What if
to
someone
to
is
look
currently
after.
choking?
Like I said, if you've got more pressing matters.
You know what? No. If you're choking, I want you to still go to AniProPod on X.
Well, they're currently choking.
And ask for help from our moderator, Jay.
Yes. Actually, yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Jay, what do I do?
Ask him for advice. What do I do in this situation?
Are you? Well, first I'm going to ask you: are you alive?
Because Jay probably didn't see it.
They'll say no. I have passed.
They'll reply, I am ghost.
I am ghost.
Because I think like when you provide CPR, you need to ask like, are you alive or are you choking or something like that before.
Oh, I just go.
Yeah.
I just attack people with CPR.
Yeah, I know. I break ribs. Oh,
yeah. That's what you're supposed to do.
Mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike, what is going on? What is up? How are you? Why are we doing this so early?
The ceiling, Cole, is up.
Why are we here recording so early today? What did you make us do this time?
Well, because I'm just such a busy boy. I'm just so busy. You know what? I find when people say, "Oh, I'm just too busy." You know what? One thing I learned in my Arnold Schwarzenegger book I read recently is that's a BS excuse. Everybody's gosh darn busy. So
that's true. Everybody is busy. Everybody's got stuff going on.
Busy's also perspective. If you want to get something done, you can make time.
Yeah, you can always make time. Except for me trying to play video games right now because my daughter requires literally like I cannot not pay attention to her for more than 5 minutes. So it's tough to play a video game.
That's okay. I think this is like the 4th or 5th week in a row where you've mentioned Arnold Schwarzenegger. So shout out to Arnie.
That book really, genuinely, that book stuck with me. I really enjoy that book. I might buy a physical copy because it was really good. The book was called Be Useful by Arnold Schwarzenegger. But that's not what I want to talk about. The reason why we are recording at this ungodly hour of 10 a.m. Is because I'm catching a flight my flight will leave in about 6 hours. So we got to be quick here, boys. No more, no side tangents, nothing. This is strictly business.
All right, straight to the review. Well, final thoughts.
It was good. Okay, then the episode's done.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
I was just kind of thinking, I wanted to just get your guys' opinion because this is something that I feel like is like, it's comedy gold, Like you always hear people talk about air travel. Like,
Yeah.
what's the deal with airline food? Woo, you know?
Yeah.
But I didn't want to talk about airline food. I want to talk about before you even actually get to the airline food, I want to talk about like airports.
Airports,
'Cause, like,
eh?
When you go on a trip, I know you both are familiar with the flying experience.
Mhm.
How early? So I'm flying domestically. Okay,
Mhm.
Mhm.
domestic. How early do I need to arrive for my flight?
Well, I am a much more of a keener than you are. I know.
Okay,
I know that.
Okay.
I know
Yes.
Mike has notoriously missed a flight because he's cut it so close.
Yes.
If it's a domestic flight, I'll be at the airport like 2 hours before.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they
Okay.
recommend their like when you do their like check-in thing for most airlines, it's for domestic. It says an hour and a half is the recommended amount.
I
But like I
normally
feel like
check in the day before and get my boarding pass the day before,
Oh yeah,
yes,
yeah,
always.
on my phone.
Because then,
And
you can pick your seats
Yeah,
for most
yeah.
airlines.
and then I show up 2 hours early, already checked in, so I'm just going straight to security.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, and our airport's not it's big, but it's not massive, which is nice. So
Yeah.
on like a slow
Yeah.
day, like today might be busy, to be honest with you. So I'm
Sunday?
probably going to
Yeah.
do the full 2 hours early because
Mhm.
yeah, it's Sunday morning. Like it's a Sunday afternoon flight. There's a lot of people probably utilizing that to go home for whatever,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
or go somewhere for work. But yeah, no, generally I'm like if it says an hour and a half, I'll try to be there an hour-ish before.
Mhm.
If it says if it's like an international one, then I don't listen. If it's an international flight, I ain't messing around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there
yeah.
good and early. Yeah.
Get there like
And
6
the thing
hours
is-
early.
Now I've also got an extra thing in the equation is I'm flying a smaller airline and I'm actually flying. It's funny Cole would bring up the missed flight because I'm flying the same airline that I
Oh
missed the
no.
flight on before.
Oh no.
And for the
Oh,
newer
no.
listeners who don't remember from a year ago, I missed a flight because I showed up. I think it was like 45 minutes before the flight. I mean, it's domestic. Usually you're through security in our airport in like literally 20 minutes. So I didn't
Yeah.
think it would be a big deal. And it's usually not because with the bigger airlines, there's always someone at the front desk. But I'm flying with a smaller airline and they literally like, there's two people who work in the airport for that airline. And they go to the ticket. They leave the front desk to check your bag and go to the back desk to get you on the airplane. And it's
Mhm.
like,
and then they
oh,
get
I
on
guess
the
you just-
airplane, and that's your flight
Yeah.
crew as well.
yeah, exactly. So I was like, oh, I messed. Cole, you're gonna have to bleep this. I f***ed up. I f***ed
Yeah.
that one up, but I'm not gonna mess it up today.
No,
But
no, you're on it today. I believe in you.
So yeah, 2 hours, and then I guess that's leads to my follow up. Oh, go ahead, Cole.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think the thing is too, like when you see like the recommended hour and a half for domestic, like that's for like, you know, someone showing up, they're like in a wheelchair, they've got like
It usually
they've
takes
got
about
check
20, 30
bags and
minutes.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the maximum, like there's a reason they say that's like the recommended, because like those are for slow people. Us,
Yeah.
like, you know, Mike, you're probably not checking a bag. It's probably just a carry on for you on this one.
Yep.
Jay, same
It's only
thing
2
when you
days,
travel.
Yeah, I've mentioned that before on the podcast. I never
Yeah.
check a bag when.
Check bags, whatever, just do carry ons. So like
Yeah.
you check in on your phone, you run through security. Yeah, you could probably realistically get through in 45 minutes, like Mike usually does. But like my thing with airports is I don't mind waiting in an airport. Like there's usually stuff to do.
Yeah,
That's where I was going next. Is basically like, how do you feel about the waiting in the airport, and how do you spend that time, that extra hour that you've gotten by coming very early?
depends on what time of day it is, really.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's when I flew to Japan, I ended up at the airport at it was like 4 in the morning.
Layovers too, right?
Yeah, it was like 4 in the morning, so nothing was open.
Yeah.
So that time it was basically I just had to sit there. But if it's like today, you at the airport today, Mike, like I don't know, you could go grab a drink at the airport bar. You could run over to the Tim Hortons, get a coffee, wait in that long ass line at the Tim Hortons. At the
I don't
airport.
go to that Tim Hortons for that reason, because the line is absurd.
Go to the chocolate factory next to security. Pick up some chocolate.
The chocolate factory?
Yeah, it was like a chocolate shop that's called, I think, Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory or something like that.
Yeah, there's a chocolate place in there.
Yeah. How have I never noticed this place?
Yeah.
So
Well,
I've been
I
to
mean,
the
it's
airport
literally
probably
right next
like
to
40
security.
times.
Otherwise, it's
maybe I'm eyes
a
on the
lot
prize.
it's a lot of just scrolling through my phone.
Yeah.
The thing is, our airport here, which looks like this. This is what it looks like. You see, that's a plane flying on my hat. Our airport is it's fine. It's a modern airport. It's pretty decent and clean, but it is quite small in the sense that there's not much to see or do.
Yeah.
There's like, I'd say there's just enough stuff, is what I'd say. It's not like it's not as small as like a Saskatoon airport or something like that, but it's like
there's one bar you could go to. There's a couple little restaurants. But like you go through Toronto or something like that, like you could spend a day in Toronto and like still have stuff to do.
Yeah, it's huge. But the thing is though, like all airports are kind of the same, to be honest with you. Like like people are like, oh, I hate Toronto or whatever like that. It's like the airport itself is functionally, it just has more stuff, but it's bigger and kind of more confusing, but functionally it's the same.
It's like, here's my thing too with people like, oh, I always get lost in the Toronto airport. Read the signs. Read the signs. It's not that confusing. It's not that hard to get around. I need to get to Terminal B. Oh, there's a sign right there that tells me how to get to Terminal B.
Okay, I need to get to gate 48. Oh, but there's 50 gates? That's hard to figure out. If only they were sequentially numbered in order.
There's also like,
actually,
I don't know,
Toronto's kind of a bad example because it does loop around. But
there's also like, I don't know, people that work there that you could easily just go up to and say, hey, I'm so sorry. Could you point me in the direction of gate 46 or whatever? And they go, oh, I'm glad you asked. This is actually gate 46. And you go, I guess
I don't know how to read the signs, so there was no way that I could know that.
That's the real issue, is people just don't read, honestly. And I will say that like when I was in Japan, I flew into Narita, and that airport was a little confusing to get out of, I would say. Just because like it sort of didn't really, it kind of like looped around. You didn't really know which exit was like for the taxis and stuff. It also doesn't help that I literally couldn't read the signs. So yeah. But I
don't know. Like, and it's usually like for example, you're flying into Japan, like they'll corral you to where you need to go, right? Yeah. Like it's not like you're just like, where do I go?
Well, no, like Cole, you miss. You underestimate the power of idiocy.
Yes, honestly,
that's true. Yeah,
there are people that will just stand there and go.
No, like Jay is not wrong. Those people are many, and honestly, like the thing I always like to think of is like, it's true that like honestly everybody's an idiot, and us three are not excluded from that. Like literally everybody's an idiot at times.
Yeah. The thing too is I notice this often in customer service, and maybe you guys can mention this. A lot of times people make it way more difficult than it needs to be because they get stressed out and they don't know what to do. And it's like, just
they're trying to be like super cool and like, I know what I'm doing, but it's like they don't. And it's just kind of like, it just makes everything awkward.
Just relax, take your time. It's fine.
Ask for help.
Everyone's in a hurry, and I think that kind of
really funny,
makes it worse for people.
Watching people confidently put the circular peg into the square hole.
Yeah.
They're like, this is it.
And airports, like the whole concept of an airport is just incredibly stress inducing because they take all the stress of travel and like compact it down into a 2-hour window is really like why they're so stressful. And also like the security aspect of it is just kind of like very invasive. So it kind of like throws you off a little bit. I don't know. It's just built to be a stressful experience. And then as soon as you're through security, it's all good. But speaking of all good, Jay, you're leading away from the mic, probably to eat a hot dog. Tell me, how was that hot dog and what else is on your mind?
It was good. I am coming off of 1 hour of sleep. This has been a very weird sleep cycle for me today. Mainly just because I was busy and then I had to watch a show for 6-ish hours. So
if only you had like a month's notice to watch.
If only I had like
maybe 3 months notice actually.
Yeah. If only. But like the good news is I finished on time.
Good.
True.
Me too.
True.
Me too.
Yeah. We all finished on time.
Yeah.
Look at us finishing together.
Yeah. You can't ridicule me for not finishing on time, because that's just not true.
No,
It's not true.
It's not true. We're here.
We have
We're
the
on
logs.
time.
We have the logs. Yeah.
We're on time. I was Jay mentioned he's operating on 1 hour of sleep, and I was just going to comment, like, Jay, you seem fairly like alert, fairly with it right now. I think the thing is, though, if I had to record a podcast on a Sunday morning, I would rather have 1 hour of sleep.
Yes.
Than say like 3 hours of sleep. And the reason for that is the 3 hours of sleep, you wake up, you're groggy, you're still tired. 1 hour of sleep, it's like a nap. It's like a power nap.
Yeah.
So I feel like I would just be more alert, I think. Like, is that...
a nap will buy you like a couple hours of kind of like good quality awake time. But yeah, you're right. Like if Jay went down for say 2 or 3 hours, then I think it moves into bad sleep territory.
Yeah, you wake up and you're like, I want more sleep. An hour, you're like, hey, like,
good nap.
I want more sleep, but like I
want more sleep, but I'm like, I'm good to go.
Yeah. Like we'll give you your sleep.
Yeah,
but you've got to wait for it. It'll be it'll be your prize
like
for getting through this.
Like
it'll be the reward for getting through this episode. But no, but yeah, it was just like I planned to watch the show yesterday, and then like just a ton of other stuff came up that I was like, okay, I'll watch it later. This is fine. Okay, I'll watch it later. This is fine. Oh, okay. And then I fell asleep for like for like I think 4 hours. Woke up at like 1 a.m, and I'm like, okay, this is fine.
Oh, so you did sleep last night. So you have, well, I would say then you have 5 hours of sleep if you slept from 8 to midnight.
Yeah. Okay.
You just went to bed early and then woke up too early.
Yeah. But like because I woke up so early, I don't
Jay's
count
alert.
that as a sleep. I count that as a nap.
It was truncated sleeps.
Yeah,
it was multiple truncated sleeps. Yeah.
That's the thing that happens as you get older too. And I like talking with people at my work and stuff, like the older you get, like kind of the earlier you wake up just naturally. And it's kind of unfortunate, but like there's like people I know that work that just like, I sleep from like, I get up at like 2 a.m. because I wake up and I'm wide awake and I can't go back to sleep.
It's not a problem for me.
I know. I'm like, like to borrow a line from Homer Simpson. And when I wake up, I am a toasty little cinnamon bun. I ain't getting out of there unless I have to.
I'll like on the weekends, I sleep in till 7. So like an extra hour I give myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
when you say sleep in, do you still have an alarm set?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. I've never set an alarm on the weekends unless I have somewhere to be.
If I don't have an alarm set, I'd probably wake up naturally at like 8.
Yeah, I feel like that's where I'd like to wake up. I have a natural alarm. It's called a child.
Is there a reason why you don't like waking up naturally, or?
Yeah. I feel like if I accidentally oversleep, I just feel bad. I don't know.
Okay.
Like feel like physically bad, or like just feel guilty?
Both.
Oh.
Sometimes I'll feel groggy, and on the other hand, I'll be like, I like wasted like time that I could be doing.
Oh, you're at that level of old man.
Mm-hmm. Oh well, I'm not getting up to
the whole day.
I'm not getting up to do anything.
You're scrolling on your phone. Yeah, just spooning in your bed for a while.
I mean, like here's the thing I feel about like sleeping through the day. I think like if you're going to make the argument that sleeping till any time is wasting time, then sleeping period is a waste of time.
It is. It truly is a waste of time. I think we've discussed this.
Yeah,
like if we could just take the drug that just allowed us to never sleep, like I'd take it.
Like if there was a drug that just like replenished your energy as if you took a nap or like a full night's sleep, that's the solution.
Why not?
Yeah.
It's just more efficient. It's just more efficient.
Yeah. I've always wanted to do, like, society does not allow for this, but like I'd love to do the modified sleep where like you basically just have like 3 2-hour naps a day or whatever. I think that'd be like the ideal. Because if you think about like every animal except for humans, that's how they sleep. They'll like have like a quick nap go do some stuff, and then like, I'm kind of tired, have a nap, and then go do some stuff. Like I think that's what we're meant to do, but we just
I think so.
Not set up that way.
I think it's meant to be like 2 4-hour sleeps.
Sure. Yeah, that would make sense. Because like the way like I have a watch that tracks my sleep, and like even the way my sleep cycles usually go, you have like 2 to 3, maybe 4 sleep cycles a night. So I'm like, realistically, each of those sleep cycles is probably supposed to be its own sleep, like its own little nap, basically.
Yeah. You know what's cool though? Just as an aside,
what's cool? What's on your mind?
No, it's not what's on my mind. I mean, maybe, I guess. I don't know. You guys, I've told you guys I did 23andMe like a couple years ago, right? Yeah. Did you know one of the things it tells you is like what time you're most likely to just like wake up naturally?
Really?
That's apparently
it tells
a
you
genetic trait.
Your body clock? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And apparently mine is like 8:15 or something like that a.m. I'm like,
that checks out
makes sense.
From just literally you just talking right now.
Yeah.
You literally just said
you would get up at 8.
Yeah. I was surprised when I read that. I'm like, I wouldn't think of that as like a genetic trait. I would think of that as just kind of the way that your body is. I think
you'd be surprised how much stuff is really genetic or inherited, I guess. Because like I saw a thing where it was like you could still have like your great grandfather's trauma stored in your DNA from like World War One. Like that's a thing that can happen.
That explains a lot. Yeah. What is on my mind though? Not much is going on. I made a delicious soup yesterday.
It is soup season. Soup season.
Split pea soup.
Out. I'm out. So far out. I'm gonna leave. Bye.
Delicious.
Mike's gone. He went home. It's back to his home planet.
Porky with like ham and bacon, and then some split peas. It's a little thick. It's nice. I'm surprised. I thought for sure Mike would be all over the split pea soup. That's surprising.
I hate split pea soup. I hate it so much.
Why?
Enjoy your mushy baby food, you animal.
It's good. En
français. Enjoy your en français split pea soup.
Split pea soup. No, it's tasty. It's a hearty soup, but it's not cream based. Like it's hearty from the peas.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed your soup, Cole.
Do you like split pea soup, Jay?
I think we know what his answer is going to be.
Oh, okay. Should have seen that coming.
Welcome to a brand new edition of I've Never Had This.
It's been a while since we've had Jay has never had this food. Cole, you should bring him over a bowl of soup.
Split pea soup would be one where, I could see it being a little less common, I think. Yeah. I don't think a lot of people have had that. But Mike, you're an old man. I'm surprised that you don't like split pea.
I don't know. I've never liked it. It's just kind of like green mush that just doesn't, I don't know. It doesn't taste good, really. I don't really like the pork bits. I have weird food opinions. This is one of them. I just don't like split pea soup.
Interesting. Well, you can't have any of mine then, actually.
I won't.
I was going to give you some, but you're not allowed to have any. Hot pot's good. I enjoy a hot pot.
Yeah.
I enjoy
hot pot
delicious.
yesterday. It was really good.
Ooh. Did you go with zeros?
I did not. I went with my friends from high school.
I'm
no invite for old Cole. That's okay weird. Though.
That would be.
Actually, you know what? We met was it one of the friends we met there at your birthday?
One of them, yes.
Okay. So we do have an in, Cole. We do have an in.
Yeah, we do have an in. Yeah. It's even worse for you, Jay. It's even worse now.
The other one is very antisocial, so he'd probably run away if I invited more people.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would run away
too.
Yeah. My wife hung out with her friend at our house last night, and my sister needed to come pick something up, and I was like, "Oh, why don't you just come and hang out with my wife, like Shazana?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, sure, that sounds good." And then she's like, "But she didn't invite me, so I don't know if I should come or not." And I'm like, "I'm sure she'd be fine with it." But that's a weird who do you invite to the hang is always kind of a weird chicken and egg chess game that you're playing, right?
Well, it's just especially if it's from different points in your life, because it's like, well, like they know each
Different
other,
social
but like I
circles.
don't know like how like I don't know how they get along, or I don't know how like it works.
You don't know if they gel. You don't know if they gel yet.
Yeah.
You don't know if it's oil and water or
like
milk
what's
and
the
chocolate.
vibe gonna be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mushy peas and pork broth.
It's good. It's good. Ham. See, the thing is, I had a bone-in ham, and I finished off the ham. And I was like, I'm going to boil this bone for soup, and then I boiled it. I wasn't planning on doing anything like specific with it, so I boiled it, and then I tasted the broth, and I was like, ooh, this hits. I need to go buy some split peas and some more meat because I didn't quite have enough ham. So I used bacon instead. And
I mean, that honestly kind of sounds like an upgrade, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So it's ham and bacon and split peas.
Bacon. You've never added bacon to something and been like, that made it worse. That's never happened in the history of bacon.
True. Yeah. Very true. So yeah, I guess that's what's on my mind. I'm just thinking of that soup. I'm gonna go have a bowl when we're done.
Yeah, go have a bowl in my honor. Enjoy it doubly so in my honor.
We're gonna come back from we're gonna come back from our break that we're not going on yet, but the break that we will eventually have. And Cole will just be eating a bowl of soup.
I'll be covered in soup, like covered in green.
His hair
soup.
is gonna be all like frazzled. He's gonna have soup all over his mouth and like on his shirt. And we're just gonna be like, Cole, is everything okay? And you're just gonna like,
yeah, I shouldn't have put that acid in my soup. Yeah. So, but
yeah.
Look forward to that in the second half. But like Mike said, we do have business to attend to. And that piece of business that we must attend to is our announcements for our listeners' choice picks. So, after careful deliberation, and careful decision making, we have arrived at a genre, a common genre for our listeners' choice. And that genre, gentlemen, is not what's written in the doc.
Oh, no.
Yes. It is, in fact, Mecha. Mecha is our genre.
Darn it. Now I gotta pick something else.
I know.
Loser.
It was
moron.
We were deciding, and then we realized we've never done like the mecha genre. And
we haven't even think of technically reviewed a mecha, period, honestly.
Yeah. Mike suggested it, and I thought, great idea, Mike. And then Jay said, great idea, Mike. And here we are. Here we are, ready to reveal our picks. We agreed that this would be a surprise revelation as well between the three of us. So,
so I don't know what Cole's about to say. If it's wildly offensive, that's kind of fitting. So continue, Cole.
Yeah. My pick. We'll go in traditional AniPro order. So Cole, Mike, Jay.
Yep.
Cole's pick for the Mecha Listener's Choice review is one that was based on some OVAs that were broken down into a 13-episode show.
Oh, no. It's going to be chunky.
It's going to be chunky. It's going to be filled with split peas.
Very crunchy. That's the word I was looking for.
Very crunchy. I have selected Mobile Suit Gundam: The Origin, Advent of the Red Comet.
Oh,
so the backstory of Char Aznable, which is just very appropriate for me. I feel like. That's
Am I going to be lost watching this if it wins?
No.
It's an origin story. It's an origin story, so you should be good. You should be good.
Okay.
That's my pick. So Jay's immediate thought was, am I going to be lost? Mike, what's your immediate thought?
Honestly, my immediate thought is, oh, good. I was debating between two, and one of them was a Gundam series, and Cole picked a Gundam series. So there's two ways you can go with the Gundam franchise. You could three ways. You could either go with a like an alternate universe one. Those are way too long for our review process. We're not watching 50 episodes. Give me a break. So then you could either go with the origin story of Char Aznable, the Red Comet one, right? And I think that's a wise choice. Or you could go with one of the like older OVAs that's a side story that kind of you can watch without having to know too much backstory. But I'm excited because I don't think I've watched this adaptation of it. I think I watched the OVAs, but I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure you and I watched the OVAs together.
Yeah, and it's kind of like it's like kind of peak Gundam, to be honest with you. I kind of hope they continue the origin, to be honest with you, and like move it further into the Gundam timeline and just kind of redo the original series. But I'm excited to revisit this with you guys, Cole, and I'm excited to expose Jay to things he's never seen before.
To Gundam.
Which is great. This is your first Gundam entry, right, Jay?
Technically, because I did watch
you watched some of G-Quarks.
I did watch a little bit of
G-Quarks. That's right.
Yeah. So, Mike, what is your nominee?
Yes. Well, Cole, you've went with a very heavy hitter here as your choice, right? Mm-hmm. So I got to compete with you with another heavy hitter. Mm-hmm. Another all-time mecha giant, a titan. How fitting is it that we chose titans of the mecha industry for this big robot genre that we're...
Did Mike pick Attack on Titan and further the Flesh Mech's agenda?
That would have been funny. I used the word Titan there, and I didn't mean that in any regards to Attack on Titan. But Attack on Titan absolutely is a mecha with flesh mechs, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, we can all agree on that. Yeah. But no, I've picked one where the mechs have another different fleshly relation. I've picked Neon Genesis Evangelion. Oh, sorry, no. Neon Genesis Evangelion is what I've picked. Okay. The all-timer.
You still pronounced it wrong. Neon Genesis. Genesis.
What did I say?
Evangelion. You said Genesis for some reason.
Sega Genesis.
The Sega Genesis. My favorite band. Genesis.
Genesis. Neon Genesis Evangelion is what I've said at this time. And that's the one I've picked and I feel, so this is one that Cole historically had a huge affiliation with. And I feel like it's fallen down your ranks slightly over the years, that to the point where I feel like we try not to review things that are beloved to us, but I feel like it's fallen out of your favor enough that I felt comfortable to nominate it here.
I would agree.
And I've been dying for a rewatch of it, to be honest with you. So that's why I'm nominating Neon Genesis Evangelion at this point.
Yes.
What do you guys think of Neon Genesis Evangelion?
I think it's an excellent pick, and I would echo exactly what you said. Maybe 2 or 3 years ago, this would have been a spicier pick because it is one of my favorites. But now, like, it still holds an affinity in my heart, but I'm willing to maybe be a little bit more critical of it than I would have been at a different time. So, I'm looking forward to this one. Jay, what do you think of it?
I have 2 words for the two of you, gentlemen. Misato Katsuragi.
There we go. I'm ready.
Yes. Yeah. This anime is kind of core to the identity of AniPro as well, too. So I'm kind of hoping we can talk about it a little. And it's also it's huge. It's also widely available. It's on Netflix too, famously.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't remember. It was not available for a long time. I can
finally watch my Blu-rays that I have.
Oh, there you go. There's another good excuse.
Potentially.
Yeah. Potentially. Yeah, that's true.
So those are our first 2 nominees for you to vote on. The voting will come out soon, but we can't move on until we know. Jay, what is your nominee?
My nominee is a 2-core show as well. It's season 1. It's 2 seasons, but I'm only going to make us watch season 1 because, like, I'm not making us watch 50 episodes. That would be nuts.
Yeah. Appreciate you.
It's by Studio Sunrise. Came out in 2006. And Mike joked about putting it forward. It's Code Geass.
Okay.
Hell yeah, brother. This is a tough one. These are titans of the industry.
Yeah, these are really good. Yeah.
I'm due for a rewatch for Code Geass. I haven't watched it in years, and I want to watch it again and see if it holds up.
Yeah. No, for sure. Code Geass, Yeah. I'm probably due for a rewatch of that one too.
Me too.
The question though, when I watch it, honestly, in this case, which for me is a weird one. Am I going to go sub or dub on this one? It's tough. It's tough because the dub on this one is
the dub is really good.
Yeah, the dub is an all-timer for Code Geass, but
and it kind of fits Code Geass too, because it's like
yeah.
I've actually never seen the sub for Code Geass because I was a dub watcher when I watched.
Yeah.
I've never seen it either. Yeah.
So that's my immediate thought is which way am I going to go on that? So, Mike, what's your takeaway from Jay's nomination?
I really like it. I do feel like, man, I genuinely don't know which one I'd pick of these three to go with.
I know,
because these are like we're like, oh, we're doing mech. Let's just do the three mechs.
Yeah,
these are the three.
Yeah,
these are
Gundam, Neon Genesis, and Code Geass. Like, where do you go from here?
I guess Macross maybe or something like that.
I was
I
thought Cole was gonna go Macross, but
if we were able to do longer ones, I would have picked Macross. But it's like 48 episodes.
My backup,
what I would say,
somehow we didn't get to Gundam, was Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Okay. I feel like that's the most J of the Gundam franchise series, to be honest with you. But I think Code Geass is a good pick because now we have like a really like competitive poll. Like I genuinely don't know which one.
I don't know who's gonna win. Genuinely,
and Code Geass is great, and I'm due for a rewatch. So
yeah.
All three of these are certified bangers, I would say.
Yeah.
So
the voting will start soon-ish. And you should know which one we're watching. I guess by the next review, we'll have it figured out. So
we
have about a month to figure
out. Yeah.
And also, if you become a patron, you get an extra vote. So
that's true. There is an extra patron exclusive vote. Yeah.
That is very true. All right, guys. Did you guys know that it was just Thanksgiving in the United States of America last week?
What?
Yeah, I know. We got a related question here.
It's time for the mailbag.
It's mailbag time. If you got a mailbag question, you can send it to us over at our website, AniProPod.com/mailbag, or at our Discord. This one comes from our Discord. It is from friend of the podcast, Zero's producer son. Still waiting for that hot pot invite, but that's okay. What did you guys eat/do for American Thanksgiving, Jay?
Well, I didn't know when American Thanksgiving was. So with that in mind, I did absolutely nothing.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Michael, what did you do for American Thanksgiving?
Watched football, because frankly, that's how I celebrate American Thanksgiving, is because they do this wonderful thing of having NFL games on during the whole day. So like it's a perfect setup. Usually, actually, I'll actually take off work at lunch. Like I'll leave work to go home and watch football and just kind of snack and drink beer. And that's how I celebrate American Thanksgiving, with the great American pastime of NFL football, brought to you by CBS and Fox.
And beer.
And beer. Maybe chicken, maybe pizza. I don't know. What a classic combo. But it's also just a Thursday up here. So Cole, what do you do on American Thanksgiving?
That is what I was going to say. And in the words of the great Jay Onright from TSN, it's American Thanksgiving on Thursday, or as we like to call it in Canada, Thursday. Just Thursday.
Thursday. Yep.
Yeah, I'll have a turkey sandwich in honor of American Thanksgiving. And then
I like that.
And then go to work the next day because it's not a holiday.
Yeah.
Up here. I'll probably have football on at work though, because we have the TV at work, so I'll throw that on. And then people can be like, "Oh, you get to watch TV at work." And then I say, "Yeah, I do. Are you jealous?" And then they say, "Yeah, I am. I don't get to." And then the next day, which is Black Friday, everybody comes into my work and they say, "Oh, is there a deal on insurance?" And I say, "Get out of here. Get the hell out of my office right now."
Oh, you can't charge it, so is it free?
Yeah, no. Anyway, that's my Thanksgiving tradition. Getting mad, getting angry.
Getting very, very angry.
Yeah, which is just standard for me.
Honestly, that's kind of I feel like that's your default at this point, is just rage.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in my old age. I thought I'd mellow out, but it's truly the opposite. The opposite is coming.
No.
Yeah. But when we come back from this break, we're gonna be reviewing Golden Kamuy. So I hope you watched it because we did. Anyway, here's some music. Here's break. Hey everyone, just wanted to take a moment to welcome back our old friends TokyoTreat and Sakuraco. Their mission, as always, is simple. Experience Japan from the comfort of your own home through Sakuraco and TokyoTreat snack boxes. So if you're someone who loves Japanese snacks, or if you've always wanted to get a taste of Japan without having to fly halfway around the world, these boxes are for you. TokyoTreat is a monthly snack box filled with Japan's coolest and wildest treats. You get premium snacks, limited edition goodies, chips, noodles. It really feels like someone went through a Japanese convenience store grabbing all of the fun seasonal items just for you. Now, Sakuraco is a more traditional, refined experience. This one focuses on artisan snacks from local snack makers all across Japan. Mochi, dorayaki, senbei, and more. Plus, each box includes a signature tea and a beautiful homeware item, something you'll actually use. This month, they're celebrating the holiday season with special themes. For TokyoTreat, the theme is Snackin' Wonderland. A winter lineup of treats like double berry Kit Kats, Merry Melon Bread, Silent Night salted butter truffles, golden potato rings, fa la la French salad chips, and even winter yakisoba. The double berry Kit Kats were a standout for me personally. It's something about the dark chocolate and fruit, berries in this case, that really scream holidays to me. For Sakuraco, the theme is holidays in Japan, and it's more of a cozy mood. They've curated matcha mochi, milk-covered chocolate strawberries, Hokkaido baked strawberry chocolate, and Inori senbei, and they all pair perfectly with the matcha-infused sencha tea included in the box. And this month's special homeware item, a Mino Ware indigo plate. That's honestly beautiful. Now, what I like about both these boxes is they come with a little cultural booklet. It explains each snack, gives allergy info, and even shares bits of Japanese culture and history related to the treats. So you're not just eating snacks, you're actually learning about the background and tradition all along the way. You see, you get nice snacks, you also learn. It's a win-win. I also immediately thought of the people in my life who would love this as a gift. It's unique, it's thoughtful, and it's something you actually get to experience, not just consume. So if you want to make your holidays merrier with authentic Japanese snacks, or you're looking for a fun gift to give someone who loves Japan, definitely check out TokyoTreat and Sakuraco using the link in the description. And don't forget to use our code AniPro for $5 off your first box. That's ANIPRO for $5 off your first box. Huge thank you to Sakuraco and TokyoTreat for coming back and sponsoring the episode. Now let's get back to the show.
Japan's a good place, and you know what's a good place? The second half of this episode, which we're in now. If you, for some reason, have just skipped to the second half because you're like, I only care about Golden Kamuy, honestly valid. The first half's kind of just us talking, and if you don't like us, why are you here? But also, valid.
Well, they're here for Golden Kamuy.
Yeah, Golden Kamuy is what we're going to be reviewing in the second half. And to kind of set up the review, how we handle them is we usually kind of just... We start off just kind of generally talking about the show and like what we thought about it going into it. And then we sort of like deal with a bit more of the, we narrow down as we go. The idea is we sort of tunnel down deeper in the show. And at the very end, we'll give you our final thoughts and ratings, but we kind of frame it more of just a general discussion about the show. And for this one, we've reviewed the first 12 episodes of Golden Kamuy. Weirdly, Crunchyroll displays this one as entire 50 episode season. We didn't watch 50 episodes. Let's be clear on that.
No,
we watched 12 episodes of Golden Kamuy, which is the first season. And at this point, I'll throw it to my buddy Cole here because he's the one who nominated this one for our review. And what's it about, and why did you make us review it, Cole? Why did you do this to us?
Hi, my name's Cole. I made you guys watch Golden Kamuy. What is Golden Kamuy about? Well, that's a good question because it's kind of hard to describe. The gist of it is our main character, and sorry, I don't have the page open right now.
I wrote them under the characters on the doc there.
Oh, thank
Sugimoto.
you. Sugimoto is a war veteran. He fought in the Russo-Japanese War, which is famous because the Japanese actually won that war, and the Russians thought it was going to be an easy war for them to win. But that's besides the point. Sorry, I like war history a little bit.
Just couldn't help yourself there. You're like, oh.
So he's come back from war, and he's kind of suffering from PTSD and all of that, as a lot of veterans do. And he made a promise to his friend that he was going to take care of his friend's wife with money. So he's trying to find gold in Hokkaido. This all takes place in Hokkaido. And through a series of events, he becomes aware of this plot to obtain this gold that was stolen by somebody, like many golds. So the whole story is him and this Ainu girl who he befriends, and the Ainu are kind of the indigenous people of Hokkaido. They're hunting clues and stuff to obtain the gold. I won't get too graphic about what those clues are. I'm sure we'll be talking about that.
Yeah, I'd say this show definitely is a lot more gory. Like, it's a seinen, based on a seinen manga, and it's definitely more gory than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
And that the treasure map is sort of one of the things where it's like, oh, okay,
yeah,
all right, that's not what I expected.
The thing, though, that kind of gives me pause about, like, it's not quite that simple, because at the same time, well, these two people are trying to find it. There's also these other groups of people that are trying to find the gold as well. So it's kind of this interweaving plot narrative line going on. Of course, our main team is Sugimoto and the Ainu girl named Asirpa. Asirpa.
Yeah.
But otherwise there's a lot going on here. Interweaving.
It's kind of a vamp on the 2001 classic Rat Race, where there's multiple factions all trying to end up at the same goal, right?
A little bit, kind of. Kind of. That's kind of where I came at it too for our like recommendations, which we'll get into soon. But like, is there anything like you guys would add to what I said, like, or anything that you thought of it as we were going in? Like, what did you think it was going to be initially? I
definitely thought it was going, just because the main character kind of looks like Jotaro. I definitely thought it was going to be more like like JoJo Part 3, to be honest with you.
Okay.
And in a way it kind of is, but I definitely expected the main character to be a lot like Sugimoto, to be a little more like, don't get me wrong, there's lots of like machismo in this, but I thought he'd be more like 80s tough guy, where in this he's kind of just more of like a guy, just a kind of a grizzled veteran.
Grizzled veteran. And I should mention, like, his trait is he's called the immortal Sugimoto, because like he basically refuses to die. He just wills himself to get through situations, and it's very gutsy in that sense.
Yeah. It kind of is, but he doesn't like use rage. He just kind of is just like, I just kind of don't want to die, so I'm just not going to.
Yeah. Jay, is there anything you would add to that though?
Not really. I think you covered most of it. I've like I can't even say like I had a preconceived notion going in, because I'd already seen Golden Kamuy before.
Oh, did you? Okay. I'm the only one who'd never seen this going in then. So that's kind of good information to have for the listener as well.
Yeah. And just echoing off what Jay said, like I've seen this before. This was a rewatch. It's been a while since I watched it initially. Yeah. So this was basically fresh for all intents and purposes, but I have seen it before.
Yeah, I watched season 1 while it was airing, and then I kind of stopped when season 2 started, but
okay. So basically another kind of big thing is that like this manga definitely focuses a lot on like how Kaido and the Ainu culture and stuff. But like the other key things that the listener might want to keep in mind as we're going through this is that like the final season for this is coming out in 2026. So like if what you're listening to sounds interesting, this would be a good time to catch up. It's all available on Crunchyroll. And it's kind of neat because it features a lot of like I'm going to feel weird saying authentic because I have no clue if it's authentic or not. It seems authentic anyway. Like lots of stuff with the Ainu. So that part is, if you're interested in them, that'd be a good thing to check this one out for.
I will say, like, the reason I picked this show, to be clear, is because at the time we were selecting shows, I was playing Ghost of Yotei, which also dives into a bit of the Ainu culture. And there's some overlap. So I do think that there was some genuine like research and stuff done into it. For example,
like there was
the bear cub coming into the Kotan, which is the village. That was also a plot point.
That was in Yotei,
Ghost of Yotei.
And
I how they raise it, and then they return it to its spirit, release it to its spirit. To its spirit realm. So the only thing I'll say is that apparently, and I didn't know this, I learned this in watching some of the making of Ghost of Yotei. Asirpa and all of the other Ainu people's names shouldn't be capitalized. That's the only thing.
That's right. Because they don't give their real names out to people, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, they're like, these are their, I won't say fake names, but like the names that they use with people who aren't in their Kotan. So I don't know. I just find that interesting. Like it's a very interesting culture that I think is like very underrepresented, which is unfortunate because it's very neat, fascinating, and interesting. Yeah.
It's very similar to like our indigenous peoples here in North America. There's lots of parallels I felt like you could draw between them, just in terms of like the way that they look at the world and stuff like that. And I find that stuff fascinating. I guess at this point, we've kind of talked you guys compared it a little bit to Ghost of Yotei just 2 seconds ago. Is there anything else you would compare it to, Jay? Or like recommendations if someone likes these things you might like go like
for me the first thing that came to mind was this is kind of a bit of a more mature One Piece to a certain degree.
Okay.
Like there's a treasure and there's a ton of people after it, ton of different factions after it. And like it's this big interweaving story that just kind of like expands as it goes. This is a bit more mature than One Piece, obviously. So like if you're like watching One Piece and you're kind of like, this is a bit too kiddie for me, maybe check out Golden Kamuy, because
I like that. And I think there's going to be a running theme because I approached it from a pretty similar vein where like the main thing with this show that I think is how you would describe it to someone or sell it to somebody is that it's like it's a classic like travel log / journey show or story where like basically they're on a journey to something and you kind of get like these little episodes on the adventures along the way. And what that really for some reason this one reminded me a lot of Avatar: The Last Airbender, which feels like a weird, again, Jay and I both went with like kind of a more childish version of this, but it really kind of just feels like a grown-up version of those travelogues. And the reason it reminded me a lot of Avatar is because Avatar spends a lot of time explaining its world and its cultures of its people. And I think that's kind of what clued me in that these are kind of similar. If you enjoyed Avatar for like how it really, like there's the Earth people and then the Wind people and all these different, like the Fire Clan and stuff like that, and looking into their customs and stuff like that, I think that you'd like this because it kind of does that with Hokkaido and the Ainu. And then also it's like a period piece set in like the early 1900s. So you kind of just feel like you're exploring this world you don't know much about, which is the vibe I got. Cole, what would you throw out there?
I have a number of them, but I'll just start with kind of the anime one. And like I'm really focusing on kind of the interweaving storyline aspect of it. And the one that I kind of thought of when I think of that is actually Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, kind of the the adventure aspect of it, of course, but like there's all of these different kind of what's the word? groups of people who are trying to obtain something and work together or against each other and stuff like that. But honestly, like, if you enjoy this, like, I would probably also say like something like by the Coen brothers, if you want to talk about like Western stuff. So like Burn After Reading or something like that.
Where Art Thou?
Or Brother, Where Art Thou? Like, it's similar senses of humor, I would say. Kind of dark comedy almost a little bit.
Something about this one felt very, and you said Western as in like the genre Western, like
like Western,
stuff?
like like Western in the sense of like produced over here in the West.
It felt very Western to me, though. I would say like
both
senses of that word. Like it kind of felt very like a Western, as well as it felt very like it takes place in Japan, but it felt very not like you'd normally would see. It's a different style of Japan than you'd see in most anime, I'd say.
Yeah. The other Tarantino. This reminds me a lot of like a Tarantino movie too.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm done rambling.
Wow.
That's what I thought.
If you're done rambling, let's get out of this section and we'll move into the characters then. And the main character is Sugimoto, the immortal Sugimoto, as we discussed, right? And he's tagging along with his good buddy there, Asirpa, right? The little Ainu girl that he befriends early on. And one of the thoughts that we kind of had as we were going through it is like those two characters kind of have like a platonic relationship in this show. Like there's really not much like there's kind of like romantic things thrown around them, but the platonic relationship between those two characters, Asirpa and Sugimoto, is like kind of a driving force in Golden Kamuy. So like, how do you guys feel about their character dynamics and specifically them as a duo?
I would I would say they're an enjoyable duo. I think that they're like their chemistry works off of each other really well. It is like played platonic with like very, very, very like minor hints at like there being that they care about each other in that other sense. But like you could easily argue one way or the other that like any sense of romance is they just care about each other a lot. And it's never really touched on any more than that, which is like, I would say the show keeps it ambiguous, leaning towards platonic, I would say, heavily towards platonic.
I kind of feel the same way. I feel like you can't really, I don't feel like I could specifically say like, this is 100% platonic, because there's like such good chemistry between them that it's hard to really undeniably say that, you know? But I'm curious what Jay has to say, because this was kind of his thought initially. So.
I think that their relationship is very interesting. First of all, like, I feel like if this were just meant to be a fan service thing, it could Asirpa could have very easily just been like a grown woman his age, like a very attractive waifu-like character that he ends up traveling with, and you know, then they like fall in love and all that. And
then this basically turns into Pocahontas.
Yeah. And then like the whole thing has like a will they won't they kind of deal. But like I'm glad that it left it a bit more platonic than that, making her 12 years old. And that really made it so like they each had their own agency rather than one just like being the clear love interest.
Right.
Yeah. Also, the fact that she's 12 years old is also another thing that makes it good that there's not that romantic interest going on.
Yeah. I will just as an aside with Asirpa as well. Like I like how she kind of sees herself as well. Like she has a respect obviously for her Ainu culture, but she always refers to herself as an Ainu woman for a new era, which I just find like, you know, she's aware of her culture and everything, but she's also like willing to,
she's progressive.
She's progressive. Yeah. That's the word I would use. Yeah. So it makes her very interesting because she's kind of this wise, beyond her years person who helps Sugimoto kind of live off the land. But at the same time, like she's not ignorant completely to kind of his culture as well.
And then, I was just going to say, like, at the same time, their relationship really does a really good job of both getting each other to learn about their respective cultures, and us as viewers to learn about the difference in culture. Mostly the Ainu, because they're kind of more of a anonymity, I suppose, to more viewers than Sugimoto's culture, which I think is more just like 1800s Japanese man.
Yeah, traditional Japanese person. Yeah. How old is Sugimoto, by the way? Like, I'm trying to find his age. Like, he must be...
I was going to say, like, early 20s, maybe, like, 23, 24.
I was going to guess, like, 30, honestly. Are you looking it up, Cole?
No, you can. I'm gonna put under 20, I'm going to say. Because, like, at the time, it was like, you know, people had to harden themselves up in war and stuff like that.
Saichi Sugimoto is there's no official age.
Interesting.
No official age.
Well, it is truly ambiguous and a mystery.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
It says because he was a teenager when he ran away from his hometown and later joined the army, it puts him in his early 20s.
Okay.
That's kind of how
that
the
makes
timeline
sense.
works
Yeah.
out. Okay. That does make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
man, he's seen a lot for an early 20-year-old. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Their dynamic is really good. Just going back to
I agree.
that main
and it's
point.
unique too. It's kind of unique to see like a very the platonic aspect of this is refreshing, and it's interesting to see like the whole classic of the Japanese person meeting the native people of his landing. They're kind of like learning from each other and vamping with that. I found that their whole thing with the two of them was definitely like one of the main things that keeps you watching this show, honestly. Yeah. And I would also just want to throw out before we move into other stuff that like I found the villain in this super interesting. The dude with the brain damage. I don't know why. He's so
villains.
Yeah, there's like multiple villains in it. There's lots of characters in this one.
Yeah, but
and the thing I really like about the villains in this is like they're also different factions, so they're antagonistic towards each other as well.
Yeah.
And
like it's not
much like Rat Race. There's multiple people all chasing the same goal, right?
Like
and the way. Go ahead, Jay.
It's not like, oh well, we're both after Sugimoto, then the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Like, no, they fight each other too, and
the way the story is set up too is like you never know in the future, like who's going to be working with who, and like is there going to be alliances formed between different people? Because it's even hinted like maybe there's some sabotage and double crossing going on,
betrayal,
unintentionally or not. But yeah, the Surumi, the main villain, the guy.
I feel like he's the main. He's big bad
definitely
guy.
the most unhinged aspect of the antagonism. The other antagonists are basically like these old men, which is
basically
also kind of funny. Like they're like the last of the samurai kind of people. So like they use katanas
I thought it was
guns.
really cool, like them bringing up the Shinsengumi and which is like from a bygone era.
They're like these
they're
these people from a bygone era.
They're basically the samurai police.
But
this
would have taken place in like the early 1900s. So like this is like right when things were getting revolutionized kind of in Japan. So it's,
But just going back to Surumi, like he's such an interesting character.
He's insane.
Visually and like just narratively as well. Like he had an injury in the war, so he's got to wear like this hard piece of metal over his what I'm assuming is his exposed brain.
At one point it like leaks. There's like fluid leaking down his head. His face from his like wound. It's like,
and he talks about how he's missing like a portion of his frontal lobe. So it kind of makes him like a bit more unable to control his temper. So he just like, and he's just creepy. Like,
he really is.
He has like his eyes are like ripped off, so he doesn't have like eyelids, so they're always
he can't blink.
he can't blink, so he's just like piercingly staring into.
He's a good villain, honestly.
There's that one scene where he's kind of interrogating Sugimoto, and he's talking about how he's going to eat the candle down from the top, and he just goes like,
yeah.
And it's like, oh my god, he's
I know.
so creepy. But
he's also like intimidating too, because like there's a scene where he like cuts off someone's ear, and I feel like I felt like that in my stomach watching him do it, because like they don't actually even show him cutting off the ear like explicitly, but like just because you know him and how psycho he is, you kind of are like, oh, that's gnarly. Like that's just, he's messed up. He's not doing it because he like, and then he's
got great lines too. He's like, I never liked your nose. It's the nose of a traitor. And then somebody else gets pointed out and he's like, that's why I never liked your nose.
That's you guys have the same nose. Yeah. He's just so chaotic and unpredictable and just mustache twirling villainy that I'm glad we had a quick second to chat about the villains, because I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
But like, let's move into kind of more about the production and visuals of this show. And like this show, the source material asks a lot of the animators, because it covers a lot of like stuff that they're not probably familiar with, and just like a lot in general. Like there's big sprawling landscapes, there's all these animals, there's the Ainu people, there's these wartime veterans, and all these different like things to cover visually. Do you guys kind of think it held up? And I specifically want to bring up the bears, because the CG bears were one of the funniest things in this show.
I'll say like a lot of this is carried by the character design, and which is carried over from the manga, obviously. The mangaka is Satoru Noda. Jay, am I saying that right?
I'll have to pull up
Jay does
his name.
Okay.
Dang, Jay didn't have that one on the holster. I'm surprised.
See, I set him up. I thought for sure he'd have that one, but like he's got a very unique character design.
That's why.
Yeah. So I think it holds up. I think it does well. The only thing is, the CG can be a bit distracting, and I don't know why. It's basically the CG is exclusively limited to
fire, bears,
and bears.
And also
pretty much it.
The wolf sometimes.
The wolf sometimes, yeah.
But the wolf's not bad for some reason.
The wolf, I don't know.
It's not good.
I think it's
bad.
white.
Yeah.
It's not that the bear CG is bad. It's just noticeably different.
It's just contrast.
It's not blended very well.
Yeah. Like it's obviously a CG bear in an otherwise traditionally animated show.
And if you're Googling, if you're listening to this, you haven't watched it, just Google Golden Kamuy bear, and I guarantee you will see, because it is kind of a meme, to be honest with you. But honestly, I kind of think that the show, like, it's not I wouldn't call it a pretty show by any means. And I think Cole kind of hit the nail on the head when he said like the character designs and just kind of the world of this kind of carry it, because like, frankly, it's not really animated or anything. It doesn't look great, and it doesn't move great. There's
a lot of stills in this show. Like, just watching it, like it feels like every like third frame or every third like shot is like just a still image, or just like characters standing and talking, or characters like just kind of like moving on a back. Like, it doesn't look great, but like at the same time, it's fine, I guess. Like,
it's fine. I didn't find it like it. I didn't really detract from it that much. I feel like I've heard it gets a lot better animated and a lot more production value around like season 3 or something like that, about halfway through, which makes sense, because I mean, if you're 3 seasons in, we can give you a bit more budget. But
I will say,
I didn't find it bad.
Yeah, it did have moments where it was actually animated pretty decently. Very, very like quick moments. There's one part where Sugimoto is fighting with that who's that sniper guy. It's like in one of the earlier episodes,
one of the villains of the week.
One of the many villains in this show, and they end up fighting with knives, and it's I thought it was animated pretty well, and it was like, okay, so they have the potential to do it. It's just I think for the most part, the way that the story is being told, it doesn't call for like incredibly well animated. There's not much Sakuga moments in this.
Yeah.
No.
That's kind of the way
It's a lot
I
of
saw this,
landscapes.
because like
A lot of people
there's a
standing
lot
around
of like
talking.
characters talking, or like characters walking from point A to point B, or like characters just like expositing
Eating
how the
meals
Ainu
together.
do something.
Yeah.
A lot of eating meals and preparing meals.
Yeah.
It's almost like, I swear the mangaka, like in his research, like basically went down a rabbit hole of like all the different Ainu meals that they make and like things they eat. And he's like, this must make it in. This must have at least 1 minute per episode.
Lots of chit-tap or whatever it's called, where they basically just take a squirrel and just chop it up into little bits.
Just a
Bones
just a
and
quick
all.
aside, I did think it was cute when they were like Hina when they ate.
Yeah.
I thought that was cute.
Yeah. That's basically their version of like yummy or
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
that you'd say, or umai if you're Rengoku and Demon
Yeah.
Slayer Mugen Train, where you just kind of say this is delicious.
Yeah.
Kind of leaning into that a bit. Golden Kamuy also isn't afraid to get kind of like graphic or crass with its visuals and just like its storytelling. Like some examples are like miso is like a classic Japanese condiment ingredient. I don't know what you'd call it. Probably both. But like they make this poop joke about it because one character thinks it looks like poop. They like are pretty graphic with the skinning of things. This has above average per capita of skinning in it than most anime, I'll say. Which makes sense because it's kind of like, I think the running theme of this is hunting. If you had to sum it up in one word, I'd say hunting. Do you guys feel like it being kind of graphic and intense and just like kind of all over the place with its imagery and stuff? Do you feel like did it add to it, or was it kind of unnecessary, Jay?
I think that because it the nature of what it's trying to do, in terms of like the skinning stuff, I think that is just like the nature of it, because like they're hunting something and they're just showing everything. Because they want to be true to it. When it comes to the crass stuff, I think that is mostly like, I don't know if it was necessary, but it adds character to it, because without that stuff, it's a bit less. There's a bit less flavor to what it's trying to do. There's a bit less character, and it adds a little bit of heart, I think.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's just not shy about showing graphic, like imagery. Basically what it would be like at the time, you know?
Yeah.
Skinning a squirrel, getting your hands in a deer that you just killed. Or there's one scene where they got a horse and they don't know what to do with the horse, so they just
see you later, horse.
Finish the horse off. They don't show it though. Like, they're not shy about stuff, but they're never overly graphic. And this is kind of where we get into the elephant in the room with the skinning stuff, because they're not just skinning animals.
Yeah.
They skin people.
They skin people.
It's a central core to the plot. They skin people.
So yeah, this is revealed in the first episode. This isn't spoilers. But
it's not a spoiler.
So the map to the gold that they're trying to find is hidden on tattoos that are put on these prisoners' skin, that you need to skin off of them to be able to like put together to be able to make a map to the gold. Yeah.
And just to kind of where I was going with this about them not being overly graphic, they don't show anybody being skinned. Essentially, they show the skin, which
and they show
in and of itself
I'd be curious to read the manga a little bit.
Is quite graphic, but like it's not gory. I wouldn't call this show gory. It's more implied gore, I would say.
Yeah.
Which I think is just I think it's just a result of them. I think it's just a result of them being unambiguously, unapologetically. Yeah. It's just, it is what it is.
At the same time, if you are squeamish about it, about like stuff like that, like it is something to consider. When checking out this show, like it does have those moments. And if that is something you're squeamish about, maybe just like proceed with caution.
And I mean,
think it's very, as Cole said, I think it's just very realistic of what like people from the early 1900s would be like, especially in this like northern remote region of Japan. I do think that's probably why it's so intense, because life was intense back then. You had to kill something to eat it to live. You're not like this culturized person where you're not afraid to make a poop joke. You know what I mean? Like it's, I think times were a lot different back then. And I think it's just kind of authentically showing the wild, wild West, to use a quote, but it's northern Japan. That's how I think, Cole, I think you hit the nail on the head when you were saying that earlier. In this
I just think I think it's just unapologetic. It just is. It just is.
And it definitely would turn some people off. For example, like I accidentally watched a little bit of episode 13 and there's a guy walking around wearing a skin suit. And it was like, all right, this is a weird thing to have playing on my television.
There's the famous clip of Asirpa having her face frozen to something and they have to pee on her face to get it unfrozen.
I've never seen that.
They just show it. They just show the pee and But
they have a whole discussion about
what it is.
Wieners and stuff like that. They call one guy Dick Sensei.
There's this one guy that walks around saying boner for no particular reason.
Yeah. That episode is real weird. It's a weird time.
It's a weird episode, but I like that one. I like that episode. It was
times were weird back then, and it, in my opinion, kind of captures that and makes it feel. I feel like in general it makes it feel pretty authentic. I would say that the anime is kind of, like we've said, it's set in like the early 1900s in Hokkaido with like the Ainu and stuff like that, and I kind of think that the world feels distinct from a lot of anime for that reason. Like it feels very like I can't think of another anime that's directly like this, just based on what I've seen. Do you guys feel like the setting sort of like shapes the story and the characters, or kind of is it just like is it a lived-in world, or is it kind of just a cool backdrop where the guy wanted to just like share a bunch of facts about the world? Do you guys feel like it was authentic, Cole?
Yeah, for sure. It's I had a thought. Now it's gone. I feel like it's kind of an underrepresented aspect of kind of the Japanese history with the Ainu people. So it makes it feel super unique. The other aspect that I would say also adds to the uniqueness of the story is just it's really well written, I would say. Like the interplay of the different plots and different groups kind of coming in and out of each other and working together and working against each other. It's unique in a setting sense and also in a narrative sense. Not super unique, but I think it's on another level, I would say, than maybe like your average treasure hunt story, I would say.
Yeah. Like it sort of makes, the way I kind of thought of it, it sort of made me want to like listen to a book or something on the Ainu or something, or learn a little, maybe go to Hokkaido and kind of see some of this stuff a little bit. Like I don't know. It just felt like some anime you see, like they'll have the setting kind of basically be like an ad for like traveling to that region. This sort of just felt like they told a cool story with like the region and like the setting as good old, this is a classic trope. The setting really is kind of just like a character in this story where like you really get a feel for like what Hokkaido during those times was like. And it just makes me want to go there in the winter time and just enjoy a nice thing of salted brains with a nice Sapporo beer, which is like a actual, like there is like a product placement for Sapporo beer, basically.
Yeah. I did, just as an aside, that is a funny joke that he always asks Asirpa, like, is this meat good? Any good? And she says, well, the brains are good once you put salt on them. Every time. And every time. It is a funny aside. Yeah.
I will say, for a show that focuses so much on the cooking and stuff, at no point did I really feel like I need to eat that. It was not food. It was not food porn. It was just, they ate a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I felt like it felt very authentic, and I did feel like it was very lived in. It felt very interesting. Jay, what did you kind of think of the setting?
Think for the world, a lot of it can be attributed to the fact that there are a lot of different factions. Like there's the main faction. There's like, but like even that like branches off into other stuff. Like there's the soldiers and the and the Ainu and the prisoners,
which makes sense because the world has lots of factions in it, right? There's lots going on.
And then like the different like factions of people looking for with different motivations behind why they're looking for the treasure, and them coming into contact with each other for in some reason or for one circumstance or another. Maybe not, but like there's always like different things going on, even when like the main group isn't involved. Like there's still stuff going on in the background, or stuff that's going on like that doesn't involve them really. And I think that all that just really helps elevate this world to feel very lived in and very real. Or like if they come across a character, it turns out that they're like they're a prisoner that has a tattoo on them that they need to go after, or the person that they find has information about. So like there's like it always like comes back around to service the plot, or it comes back around to service the world building. So it feels really tight, and it feels really dense in a way where like there's so many moving parts, so many pieces in the game, and it just helps make this world feel lived in.
It's kind of cool too, because like it sort of, like you mentioned, when they say, oh, that person has a tattoo, because it's set up its world so well and it's so rich, you instantly know so much detail about that person just by that saying that person has a tattoo. And I think that's a cool thing that really enhances this story. Or like, oh, that person's a member of the 7th or whatever they're called. Yeah. It's like, oh, I instantly know a lot about that person.
And the show does a really good job, even in like the first few minutes, of giving you all that information you need. Not just like of who Sugimoto is, but like what his objective is going forward, who he is as a character, seeing his PTSD, what this world is, and what like they just got out of, because like it shows the war, and it shows like that this is like a little bit later than that. It details the whole treasure hunt and like everything surrounding that, and it's like maybe 9 minutes in and you're getting all this information, and like
but it doesn't feel exposition dumpy either, which is a good thing. Yeah. And we're going to kind of segue this into our last little segment we have here of our thoughts, which is kind of like stuff related to the plot. And don't worry, we're not going to spoil anything major. I don't think there is anything major to spoil in this first. Well,
this is only like the first part of the whole story. Yeah. So
yeah. And it's all pretty episodic. So like, I don't worry about spoilers. Like, we're not really going to wreck it for you. The first one is that like the treasure hunt is kind of like the driving thing of the plot. They're trying to get the skins so they can find the gold. Is essentially, if you had to sum up what they're doing in this show, that's what they're doing. Yeah. But honestly, when every episode you watch, you almost forget that they're on like a treasure hunt for gold sometimes, because like each episode's its own little like mini side quest, and they have to deal with some sort of like the problem of the week kind of situation. Do you guys feel like the episode, like, did that hamper, or did it help, or was it just kind of like a good way to approach this kind of journey that they're on? I guess, did it keep up the momentum is what I'd say. Cole.
For me, like I would say, no, it doesn't keep up the momentum of the actual overarching story, but I don't feel like it took me out of it either. Like, I think the way that I kind of finished the show, and where I kind of, when I was thinking back on it, was like, this almost feels like a bit of a prologue. Like, this feels like a lot of setup.
A little bit.
And the season ends with like, it feels like they're starting to actually progress physically and plot-wise with the actual story itself. Like they're moving out from the one place that they've been in for the last 11 episodes. So it didn't bother me so much. Also, like I just felt like the episodic episodes were fun. Like I had a good time. Yeah. You know, when they're in that fishing village, or they're in that hotel. Like, it just felt like it was an interesting, fun time. Each one of those like little mini stories. So it didn't help in the sense that like it felt like we're progressing towards this end goal. But I'm not gonna hold that against it because I think it still did it in an entertaining way.
Yeah.
I kind of disagree a little bit with the idea of the episodic nature, just because yeah, on paper, like, you know, you can look at it as each episode having its own thing in a vacuum, but they all tie back into that treasure hunt in some way, whether like it be they encounter one of the other factions looking for the gold, or like the quote unquote villain of the week is a prisoner or something. Like,
right.
There's always something involved that ties it back into the main storyline, I suppose. That keeps it from being too episodic.
Yeah. So I would agree with that. Yeah, because like it's all tied in the sense that like even these little mini stories end with a clue or something like that. So like everything's tied together. So I guess that kind of makes it feel less bad for me.
I think the way I put it is like they always end with progress. Like the story is consistently progressing forward in their mission to get all the skins to find the gold, right? Like, but each episode is kind of just its own little journey on its own. And I feel like that kind of keeps you satisfied in the interim, but it also gives you the satisfaction that they're actually remember that there is a plot.
Yeah.
And not just the B plot. Because sometimes when things are episodic like this, it's almost like they forget that you kind of need like this running. I think of it like a thread that runs above. Like you're not always conscious of it, but if you look up, it should always be there. It should always be leading you towards the end goal, right? And that it felt like this one, it was always aware that there's the thread and we're moving along it and we're going towards the pot of gold at the end of the skin bow, right? Like I felt like that was definitely there the whole way through.
It's not like Inuyasha where it just like kind of derails to focus on something else for like 500 episodes and then goes like, oh yeah, then we have to do the main story now.
Oh man. Inuyasha just getting the ricochet.
Getting shafted there. Yeah. Also, it's only like 100 episodes, but yes, you're right. I love Inuyasha, but it definitely forgot what the heck it was trying to do and just focused on, hey, yeah, Inuyasha and Kagome are cute, aren't they?
Yeah.
But like, do you guys think that the interweaving plots overall were done well, or was it kind of just clunky? I guess it's kind of the same question again, but like a little more focused on, did like the episodic nature feel like it was done well, or was it kind of clunky?
Well, when I mentioned this, I was thinking more from the aspect of like there's 3 factions going after the same goal, and how their stories interweave with each other. Like for example, in the fishing village again, it's never revealed to the characters that they're all in the same place at the same time, but it's revealed to the audience. So like there's this tension, and you know that at some point they're all going to clash.
Yeah.
So like as an example, that would be the example for that. Like, I guess my question is like, do you feel like that aspect of the narrative was done well, or do you think like it could have been better if it was just focused more on one faction?
I think a lot of like I want to say it's good, but my big, I don't want to say issue, but like my big hesitancy to say that I liked it is like it feels like it's super early on in tying these three factions together, that it hasn't gotten the time to like just breathe, I guess. Because it's still trying to set up the big journey, because like this is based on a 300 plus chapter manga, right? So like we're still super early on.
It's that many chapters, eh?
Yeah. It's like 31 volumes or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's long.
Yeah. So like, while I do think like this is it's a promising start, I don't think I've seen enough to be able to say like, yeah, this is worth it. So far, I would say I'm I appreciate this over just following one group, but we'll need to see where it goes.
Yeah. Mike?
Yeah, no, I felt like it was kind of, I'd say it was mostly done well. I feel like I forgot about unless the factions kind of came up, like that you kind of forgot about them. And I feel like that's not a bad thing. Like you keep them in the back of your mind knowing that they're like a side character essentially. But like when they do bring them back, you kind of instantly recall, and they're simple enough to understand each of them, and they're distinct enough that you don't really confuse it. So I think it was good. I think as you're watching it, it all flows pretty well. And for that reason, it's not clunky, is what I would say. Like you're not ever really, I don't feel like I was ever brought out of it and like sitting there like, you don't want to break the immersion. I didn't feel like the immersion was ever broken by the writing of it.
I feel like the show does a good job of kind of making all of them aware of and like organically able to mix with each other. Like we've got our main group of villains, which is the seventh section or whatever they're called. They're our main antagonists. So like you don't really need to do much with them. Like they're just always,
you understand they're the bad guys.
They're the bad guys. The old man faction, they did a really good job of kind of writing them in so that they're kind of constantly with the main faction, like our protagonist faction.
They're kind of more like a wild card faction.
Yeah,
they're kind of more like a wild card faction, but like they're always without getting into spoilers, they have a means of being constantly right there, but like not. They're in the shadows a little bit. So like I really think this could have been written in a very clunky way, in a way that kind of there's too much going on at once. But I feel like this is pushing right up against that, but it's not overstepping it. It feels like they're doing a really good job of balancing it.
With a lot of anime review, we always when this is done wrong, we say the anime is wearing like too many hats. Like it just has too much going on and it doesn't know how to balance it. This one I felt like it was balanced pretty well.
It's wearing just enough hats. It's wearing
just the right amount of hats. A sensible amount of hats, and they're all tasteful. They're all quite tasteful. Speaking of tasteful, there's quite it's a pretty extreme anime tonally. Like it goes to lots of different tonal extremes. And one of those extremes is definitely the comedic elements in this. Do you guys feel like they add to or detract from the story? Jay?
I think it just adds character to it. Like it's very clear that this is the author's personality and he's just showing it, and that's fine. Yeah.
I would echo that 100%. Like I think it's just another aspect of the story. Like it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's kind of that dark humor a little bit. Like people are in life or death situations and they're not quipping. Like we're not talking about like Marvel quips, but it's there's just this kind of like gallows humor to it. That's that's a good way to put it. That's fun. Yeah. So
I like gallows humor. Yeah. It's kind of like mature black gallows humor. That's the perfect way to put it. And the one thing I found pretty funny, like probably my favorite bit from it, I would say, if we're speaking of the comedy, is like all of Asirpa's faces whenever like she's eating miso or something like that. I felt like her reaction faces, and Jay like literally sent one to us as he was preparing to do this episode. And I feel like that they're just iconic and great, honestly. They took the time to like really show that kind of stuff. But like I did also, I feel like I would be remiss to not mention that I did feel like sometimes you'd be watching like a dude get skinned and then it'd go to jump immediately to something comedic. And it's kind of like, well, I did feel a bit of whiplash watching this one. I feel like I have to at least say that, but it wasn't.
For sure. I
wasn't
feel like
awful.
I feel like that whiplash is intentional though.
I think probably too. Yeah. I think you're probably right.
I going back to the horse thing where like, Sugimoto is kind of like, I like the horse though. And then he kind of like makes a pouty face and then cut to the horse no longer being a horse
there. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's, I think that's intentional. I think it's there to kind of make you go, whoa. And I think that's a hallmark of kind of black comedy, where it's not afraid to make you do that. I think that's just part of its charm, if you want to call it that. If you want to call it charm.
That's one word you could use for it.
Yeah.
And it kind of sounds like we're approaching the final destination of this review, where we kind of just give our final like little blurbs we want to bring up and just kind of mention our final thoughts and of course our ratings. Because if you're listening to a review, you want to know, like, if someone had to give it like a score, what would they rate it? Like, and we have basically it equivalates to like a 1 to 5, but not exactly. There's a little more fluid here. The highest is certified, the lowest is why would you make me do this, and then things in between. And we'll start with Cole goes last because he's the one who made us watch this. This
is my show,
and I'm the guy talking right now, so it'd be weird if I threw it to myself. So Jay, you get the dubious honor of going first this time.
Yeah, I thought that this was a fun show that was a lot more open than I remembered it being, in terms of the world and how, like, the characters are like it's a big interweaving storyline of different factions going after this gold. I did think that the Ainu stuff was neat, and just the character dynamic between Sugimoto and Asirpa in general was unique and well done, and I love the diversity of the cast in terms of, like, background and ethnicity, I suppose. The comedy was very reflective of who this author is in terms of a sense of humor, and you could really see that, like, they put themselves into this work, and I will appreciate that. I don't think that personally this reflected my personal tastes in a show, but I can appreciate what has been done here in terms of a created work. The visuals are kind of lackluster, but I think that the story makes up for that. So yeah, for something with a lot of charm, a big interweaving world, and cool characters, despite the fact that I it's not my kind of thing, I'd still say consider it, especially if you like something like One Piece, but like you're like, I kind of want something more mature than that.
Yep.
And I'll pass it off to Mike.
Well, okay, it's my turn. The first thing I'll say in my thoughts is, for how many bears are in this, you think they'd do a better job at blend. Like, they knew bears were going to be a key part of this story. Like, let's spend a little bit of time making the bears look a little better. But that's kind of just my way to segue into, like, I think it's a good story. It's a good to great story. The animation and kind of visuals of it are definitely carried by the character designs, but, like, it does enough to get the job done in this first season, and so it doesn't really detract from your enjoyment that much. It was surprisingly graphic in the way we talked about earlier for me, where I was kind of like, oh, this is more mature than I thought it would be, even though it doesn't. It does you the favor by not explicitly showing it, but also by not explicitly showing it almost makes it worse, which I kind of appreciate, because then you kind of, like, you fill in the blanks with your mental imagery, right? I was also still surprised that the main character, I thought this for sure was going to be like a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure type thing going on. And I was still also thrown off every time seeing, like, the Universal logo at the start of an anime. I don't know why. It just throws me off because you don't usually see it.
Universal logo?
Like the Universal Studios and, like,
What?
Did you guys not get that on your Crunchyroll?
Oh, no, maybe it was the dub. Sub or dub, Mike?
Dub.
Yeah, it was probably just the dub one for some reason.
It was weird because I was like, I felt like I was watching a movie every time, and I was like, because it do the whole, like, you know, like the big, like, intro with the globe,
the fanfare, the Universal fanfare. Yeah,
I was just like,
I was thinking Jurassic Park. when I see
Yeah,
that.
I don't know, or like a Steven Spielberg flick of some kind.
Yeah.
Anyway. But like the setting and just kind of like the world of this and the characters are what really keep you going in this one. And I really enjoyed them. I don't know how much I enjoyed them. I would give it at the end of the day, like it tickled my jimmies, I would say, for this one.
Okay.
Is what I'd give it. And cool. Take us home.
Well, as is tradition, I get to say you guys have basically said everything. But actually, like, honestly, there's not much more I would add to it. Like, I agree completely with everything you guys have said. I'm probably a bit higher on kind of the interweaving storylines going on between the different factions, and not to mention the kind of how the smaller stories lend themselves to the bigger ones. Like that was something I really focused on with it. I guess I would just to get us out of here and get Mike on his plane. I'll also say this is somewhere between tickles my jimmies and consider it. So by that, I would say consider it. Consider it in the sense that I'm going to consider continuing. I'm going to consider recommending it. And from what I've heard, it only gets better. So this is a good start.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes.
I also just want to say, I also like the Foley work when it comes to the guns. Like, I thought that the sounds when it comes to, like, them holding guns and them firing guns. And
you know what?
I
honestly,
didn't pick up on that.
I didn't pick up on it per se, but now that you mention it, they do make the guns sound realistic. Like, normally in a show, like, a gun just has a generic gun sound, but this sounds like a realistic, like, if you've ever heard like a rifle being fired out in the woods, like it's not a loud explosion, it's like a pop.
It's like a kapow.
And no, that's a good
good take, Jay. Good take, Jay.
My final thing I'll just mention is the mangaka of this also writes and is currently writing a manga called Dogs Red, which is about ice hockey. So,
and it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. I read the first volume this morning, and I think this guy just likes northern Japan and winter stuff. So
the guy likes snow.
The guy likes snow. Yeah. Anyway, that's our review. Let us know what I'm taking the reins back. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for hosting that second half. You did a wonderful job. Round of applause for Mike. Anyway,
not good enough to do the outro though. No.
I do. No,
he took it back. Yeah. Don't you dare. Don't I dare.
Let's be real here. You guys need to know your place. This outro is mine. If you enjoyed this review, we've got more reviews coming up. Our next review is Ichi the Witch, which is a manga. We're reading the first 25 chapters of that. And our next anime review is Elfen Lied. So we're going to a pretty controversial anime coming up next, so look forward to that. The listener's choice review poll should be coming up, I would assume fairly soon, probably within the next week or two, so you guys can make your voice known. Cast your votes between the three that we selected earlier in the episode. And if you did skip to the second half of the episode, those shows were Mobile Suit Gundam, The Origin Advent of the Red Comet, nominated by yours truly, nominated by Mike. He nominated Neon Genesis Evangelion, and Code Geass to round us out was Jay's pick. So you can select between the three of those. So again, we'll have a poll up shortly where you can go and vote in as many places as you can. You can vote on our Discord, you can vote on YouTube, Spotify, other places I'm sure I'm forgetting. Instagram, X, whatever. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to another episode of AniPro. If you liked it, please leave a like, subscribe, leave a review, tell a friend about us. If you really like us, why don't you consider supporting us on Patreon like these lovely people: Mr. Family Guy 36, Elijah Wood, Braindead B-Dog, Peach, Frama, Kratos, Just Juzz, Mogmog, Uncle of Light, Saffron, Mexi, and Genus 26. By supporting us on Patreon, you get access to all sorts of perks, and it really helps out the show. We're also on social media at AniProPod. And please join our Discord community to keep up with us and other listeners. Links to everything is in the description or at our website, AniProPod.com. Mike is flying away on a jet plane, so I'm going to ask Jay to lead us in a round of bye-byes.
Okay. Well, that was a very tasty meal that we just had of an episode. So I'm going to put my hands together. And as we say at the end of every episode of AniPro, Hina, Hina!
Hina, Hina, bye-bye.
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 Bye bye.